found parts of the bodies all over the house, in places you wouldn't think. The funny thing is the heads have never been found. Hands and feet and things like that, but no heads.
Tonight, this is the 13th podcast. What's up, guys? So, you know who we are. Mortus and Andrew. Hey. Tonight we're going to sit down and talk about the spooky things in lovely Ohio. Ohio. Everybody loves Ohio stuff. Andrew, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing just fine. So, there's a lot of spooky things going on in Ohio, apparently. But for some reason, anybody that we talk to, which is on the random people in Omegle, random people across the streets, or anywhere, everybody always says, if you don't live in Ohio, apparently Ohio is garbage. Why?
There's always something about Ohio, but nobody ever has the answer.
And guess what? On today's episode, we do. We're just a bunch of spooky motherfuckers. We're the number one state in America that has the most haunted attractions. So there's something. There's a huge something. And then on top of that, Ohio's Ohio. Andrew, you said something about Poasttown Elementary in Middletown, Ohio, saying that it is the most eeriest haunted, paranormal haunted house. Why?
So the background of it as to why it's haunted and why so many people take interest in it is because there was a railroad crash right next to it.
Okay.
No, okay, what?
Like, okay to... Like, okay, like about the the train. Like, okay. Because I was picturing in my head what train it was, and I know which one it is.
I'm just gonna read this article.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Poasttown Elementary is one of the eeriest locations in Ohio for paranormal investigators. Investigators have actually abandoned their gear and fled the place until they can return by the light of day.
Oh.
The now unincorporated community of Poasttown, about 1 mile north of Middletown, was laid out in 1818 by Peter Post, the town's first postmaster. Originally called West Liberty, the name had to be changed since there was already a community by the same name in Ohio. Everyone agreed that it should be named in the postmaster's honor, and it became Poasttown in 1848. A few years later, the Cincinnati, Hamilton, and Dayton Railroad was built just north of the village, making Poasttown a shipping station. The Poasttown School, officially the Madison Township School, opened in 1937 near the railroad tracks, replacing an old one-room school that had served the community for many years. Have you ever been to a one-room school?
There's not like that.
So in Kentucky, where I went to school in Kentucky for like I think a half a year or some shit. It was called Botts Elementary, and it was an actual elementary school. But in front of it was the old one-bedroom school that they used to have back in the 1700s.
One
bedroom school. It had the kitchen in the back of the building, and it had a wooden door you would close, and there was a toilet right there. But it was like a compost toilet. It was scary as shit, for real, because it was all wooden. The whole building was wooden. It was pretty much spider webs and dust everywhere, and they gave us a tour of it. You know, I was 7 or 8 years old, and I remember it like it was yesterday because you don't see very many one-bedroom schools around here in Ohio.
No, not at all. There's I think it's in Milford? Somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it is the old schoolhouse restaurant. And it's an old school where it had an upstairs, downstairs, and it was just a room. That's all it was. It's a room.
Yeah, they're weird. The old one bedroom schools are pretty weird. It's kind of like a
My aunt, dude,
it's like
I
an old
didn't.
church.
I could do this. My aunt lives in an old schoolhouse in Waynesville, and I can ask her if I can do a paranormal investigation on her home.
That would be dope.
I need to get a hold of her, like tomorrow. I didn't think about that. It's an old schoolhouse, dude, and it's creepy. And I think they would be okay if we show up. They're hippies, really big hippies. It's just my aunt and my two cousins, and I think that would be badass. My cousin Dylan could show us the ins and outs, and we get footage of that. I'm gonna fucking do that, dude.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, back to Post Town.
Sorry. That. Oh man.
So Post Town School, which we knew by Post Town Elementary, is actually Madison Township School, and it opened in 1937 near the railroad tracks. The school was eventually closed in the 1990s, and while there is no record of anyone dying there, scores of visitors, ghost hunters, and curiosity seekers have experienced the supernatural within 54 classrooms. Several theories have emerged as to why the former school might be haunted. Some believe that the spirits of children who once loved the place have simply refused to leave, but others point to darker reasons for the lingering haunts. There were 2 train crashes that occurred near the site that would someday become the Madison Township School, one in 1895 and another in 1910. I remember the school opened in 1937, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And historians believe that the land on which the building now rests was used as a makeshift hospital site for the 1910 crash. That crash was considered one of the worst railroad accidents in Ohio history. When a passenger train and a freight train collided, 24 people were killed and another 35 were seriously wounded. Could the spirits of the victims be the source of the school's eerie sounds and paranormal encounters? That makes sense to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If that's actually what it was, like a makeshift hospital site for a horrendous wreck, there's something to be on that land.
Now, was that train holding passengers, or was it more of like CSX stuff? Do you
No,
know?
it was holding passengers.
No
It had
shit.
59 passengers on it. On one of the trains. It doesn't say anything about the other train that it collided into. Or maybe that was just combined.
Huh.
What were these they were 1848.
See
It was
that?
the Cincinnati Hamilton and Dayton Railroad.
So that
It was a shipping station, so it just anything and everything could have been on that train.
Huh. Post Town Elementary, Madison, Ohio. Kinda Madison, Middletown.
Yeah, it's technically Madison. Yeah.
Hmm.
So they've recorded mysterious voices, footsteps, tapping sounds that can't be explained, and have witnessed moving objects and full-blown apparitions. It's an unnerving place, even for the most hardened investigators. So it's obvious that that's on our bucket list. That's been on our bucket list since we've looked into this paranormal stuff. I just haven't actually
Done it.
looked into what it would cost or how to even get into it.
It's honestly not too bad. It's a few $100s. But which
$7,500 for 6 hours.
7,500.
No, I'm just kidding.
Don't say that. Oh my god.
Let's see here. All deposits are non-refundable. It is Friday or Saturday up to 10 people. It's $510. Sunday through Thursday up to 10 people is $408. You will be alone on your investigation. We will give you a walkthrough or even better, watch the walkthrough on the website with the history tour. Investigations are from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. If you reserve the lodging room, check-in is at 7 p.m. and the checkout is at 12 p.m.
It's like
the next day.
It's like $300 or $400, isn't it?
So you can stay the night there?
Yes.
Number of people, up to a 10-person crew. Additional attendees over the 10 people incur $52 additional. So you got a post-town lodging quarter for the room. There is a donation of $103 a night. No smoking. Plenty of ground outside where you may smoke. No alcohol or drugs allowed on premise. Sorry, but we do have a no pet policy.
Understandable.
You must be 21 years of age.
Okay, way past that.
And we ask that this person be in the room when guests are on the premises. Before you begin, if you have any questions, please see our frequently asked questions. When you leave, you believe.
When you leave, you believe.
So we would do it on a Saturday, most likely, or Sunday. I mean, a Sunday. We can do it on a Sunday.
We could do
if you're on first shift, or if you're on second or third shift.
Yeah,
that would be sweet. $408.
That's not bad. $200 per person.
Yeah, that's not bad. And we can stay the night. So I'd want to do it on a Saturday if we're staying the night.
Yeah.
So from 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. But you can investigate from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So that'd be awesome. Let's see what they have a calendar. They have flashlight tours, sales and deals, book investigation. Let's see. Availability. They are not available October 31st.
What about November?
November. They are available any day other than the
Thanksgiving.
3rd, the 4th, the 11th, the 18th, or the 25th.
Okay. Possibility. Big possibility.
Let's just do it on Christmas.
For
Christmas that whole week.
I think honestly, dude, I'm down. I'm gonna be down a lot during November, so I might be out for 2 weeks.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can investigate it on Thanksgiving. It's open there's nothing booked for Thanksgiving. Nothing booked the whole week of that I'm off in December. So 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, or 31st.
Okay.
Hell, we could do New Year's.
Spend New Year's in. But
honestly, I want to do it sooner though.
Oh yeah, probably like November. 100%.
Probably not. Probably like October 1st.
That's 2 weeks away, bub.
Yep, fuck it.
But that's really not that bad for $200 a person. Not bad. So what makes a site truly haunted? It says here in the article at Dayton.com. It says, what makes a true haunted site anyway? Woodyard, who wrote her first ghost story in first grade, emphasized that verifiable facts are key. I am a historian, and the hysteria bleeds over into ghost stories, she said. If it's a legend, I would state that it's according to the legend, for example, with crybaby bridges where sounds of crying babies are heard, supposedly because of a child was killed killed on or near the bridge. Where we
didn't hear the crybaby. We heard a woman scream.
We did, didn't we? Did we?
Yeah.
Which one? Was that Brubaker Bridge?
That's Brubaker, yeah.
Yeah.
It's no longer there.
It's not there anymore?
No, again, they tore it down.
No shit.
Like right after we got caught by the police out there.
Yeah.
They tore it down like a couple years afterwards.
Huh.
because that house was right there, and that was scary.
That was weird. No, that was Fudge Road.
No, not the abandoned house. There was an actual white house after you passed the bridge, and we had to turn around in their driveway and get back out.
No,
But
you're thinking Motorcycle Man.
no, that was at the cemetery.
No, not that one. We weren't. That wasn't at Brubaker.
Yeah, it was.
No, Brubaker's still around.
No, it's not.
Look it up.
Crybaby Bridge is gone.
Yeah, but Brubaker Bridge is not gone because of the there's like trailers back there. That's in Gratis.
Crybaby Bridge is gone.
That wasn't considered.
It was Fudge Road, pretty much. The house got torn down.
Fudge Road is basically on lockdown. Anyways, Woodland Cemetery in Dayton, Ohio, which I think that's where her mom is buried. And it says Woodland Cemetery. I have always loved Woodland Cemetery. Woodyard said, a favorite area among ghost hunters and lovers of the occult.
Colt, yeah.
You have to expect some spooky stuff is going on there. Just with the amount of famous Daytonadians who are buried there. Irma Boombeck, the Wright brothers, and Charles Kettering, which is obviously what Kettering, Ohio is. Let's see.
Wright brothers are buried there?
The Wright brothers are buried there. We could go during the day. And Woodland Cemetery from me is not far at all. From me, I'd be down. And it's a really cool, I really do think that's where Kristen's mom is. 100%. Because, maybe. I'm down to go, though. Doing like a day in investigation. It's pretty. We can just walk around and.
Why in the day?
Because it's closed at night. You can't get in there. But during the day, we could walk around, get footage of just pictures of the cemetery. Their tombs, the whole place is just beautiful. And then there's another one. If it's not that one, Kristen's mom's cemetery, which is a Catholic cemetery, and that one's wild. I would love just to get some pictures and some stuff at a cemetery for us. Be down with that. But yeah, Woodland Cemetery. They said there's a lot of spooky stuff that goes around there. Cemetery at 118 Woodland Avenue. Several ghostly stories ring from the mild to terrifying. Oh. Cool. The Air Force Museum is apparently haunted.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll let you film in there, though.
I think they'll let you film, but not do investigations like that for the airplanes. That would probably be a secret thing, which really sucked. I called them last night. I'm probably not going to get anything back, but the Victoria Theater is apparently haunted. It's nearly 150 years old, and there are numerous cases of the 13th podcast, of course, the 13th podcast. But they know 99% that it's haunted. 99%.
The Sorg Mansion here in Middletown.
The Sorg Mansion, I heard.
And
the
Sorg
Opera. And the Opera House, Sorg Opera House, yeah. Yeah, I've heard all different stories about the Opera House, but I'm definitely interested in my aunt's house.
Yeah, they said there was an actress at the Sorg Mansion that just disappeared, and she left her red dress, and it's said that when people have stayed there,
Yeah.
they'd go back in the dressing rooms and there'd be a woman crying in a red dress.
I
And then
don't
she
like
disappeared
that.
like the actress. And all that's left is a red dress.
What?
That is crazy. I don't know. It didn't say the actress's name or nothing, though.
I don't know. I don't know. Um, but my aunt's house, dude. It's eerie. It's really eerie. So back in the day, I'm trying to find it on. It's in Waynesville, Ohio. But I don't know how. I don't even know her address.
Does she own it?
No, well, she doesn't own it. She's been renting it since like the 80s. So,
Huh?
yeah. So I typed in old schoolhouse, Waynesville, Ohio, properties. Properties. Pfft, that doesn't give me nothing. But dude, this house is just so cool. It's so freaking cool. And I'd be down if she'd be down. But it's on the outskirts in the country. It's that's what makes it a little bit more creepier. And I remember hearing from my cousin that there was one night that he was sleeping and he was woken up by a disturbance from the kitchen. He woke up and he saw a man hunched over at the doorway, just a silhouette of the man, sitting there, breathing at him, really slowly. So my cousin Dylan just kept looking, did not keep his eyes off of him. And then the man, basically, he was like this on the doorway, and he dropped his hands, walked away. That was it. He said there was no sound, there was nothing. It was just a man, probably a 6-foot man, just sitting there staring at him. And they lived there their whole entire life. So I think that would be a really, really cool. I wish I can find it. I really wish I can find it. And it's such a cool little house, man. Holy shit, I found it. Oh my goodness.
What is this?
Yeah, dude. Contains no kitchen, however, mysterious sounds of the kitchen. Dude, that's the house. Holy fuck. I'm gonna send it to you on Messenger. Do.
So there's this place. It's called the Screaming Bridge of Maud Hughes Road.
Uh-huh.
It's known to locals as the Screaming Bridge. Locals
Bitch.
say it has been the site of at least 36 deaths through accidents and suicides. Witnesses have reported apparitions, mists, hooded figures, strange lights, and phantom train on the tracks below. There are many, many legends about the place. One tells of a man and woman whose car stalled on the bridge. The man got out to look at it, and when he came back, the girl has been hanged from the bridge.
Ew. And where's this at?
That's the bridge I'm pretty sure that's the bridge that we did. Because if you go on the bridge, you park and you flash your headlights 3 times, something's supposed to happen.
Yeah, that was on Fudge Road, and then we got scared and bounced.
Let's see. The man got out to look at it and came back. The girl had been hanged from the bridge. The man then was killed as well, and both their screams are heard there. Another legend says a baby was thrown off the bridge and its mother hanged herself afterwards. Yeah. Yet another tale is that a school bus driver lost control and all the children on the bus were killed.
What?
So Maud Hughes Road is the bridge that I was talking about, that I thought was Crybaby Bridge, because I heard that the mother threw the baby off the bridge and then hanged herself on the bridge. And when we heard the scream on the bridge, that confirmed it.
Oh. Have you heard of Midgetville?
Yeah.
So back in the day, don't know where it's at. I think it's over in Hamilton somewhere. Back in the day, quite some time ago, my mom took me and my brother and my sister and a few of the neighborhood kids and drove out to Midgetville, which were these homes that were built for dwarves. All right. But it was apparently haunted and it was abandoned after. So there's just this little town that was just abandoned, and sometimes supposedly you would see these small people walking around and they're ghosts and stuff. And I remember one time we were driving down and we were getting all scared. I remember seeing like their small little swing sets. It was such a weird feeling. Whether we were all driving and it's really quiet. Someone had a pocket full of like change when people had money in their pocket. He reached in, threw it right on the fucking roof, dude. Scariest fucking thing. It was so freaking scary. But dude, yeah, I don't know if it's even a thing. Midgetville. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. Yeah, there's the picture of it. It's so weird. So strange.
What about Kings Island?
Ghost Hunters did that. They did where there was a tower over there by Whitewater Canyon, and they investigated it. They didn't get anything. And they also have their own personal cemetery in front of Kings Island, closer to the exit of Kings Island and entrance. And they didn't really get anything.
So the amusement park opened in 1972. Rumored to have an 1840s graveyard called Dog Street Cemetery on the premises.
Yeah.
But most witnesses feel that the park's haunts are victims of accidental deaths, like the 1976 tragedy when a Lion Country safari ranger was killed by a lion, or Black Sunday in 1992 when a man, his friend, and a security guard were electrocuted in a fountain that had an unknown electrical issue.
At Kings Island?
And a woman on the nearby flight commander twisted to look at the commotion in the fountain and fell out of her harness to her death. One of the Kings Island's ghosts seen often is a girl in a period blue dress that some call Tram Girl, as she's often seen around the parking lot or admissions area after park close. And Racer Boy is the nickname given to a little boy ghost who wears white and appears near the racer coaster. He is believed to be attached to some of the racers' cars that originally belonged to a Coney Island ride called Shooting Star, on which a little boy was found dead on the tracks, having fallen from the ride.
Holy
Tower Johnny is the ghost who haunts the Eiffel Tower. In 1983, he was
fell.
visiting on a grad night event when he fell down an elevator shaft while exploring restricted areas of the tower. He is still blamed for electrical problems. Workers call unexplained trip sensors Johnny's. I didn't know that.
I knew about the guy falling to his death. Did not know about the little boy.
Johnny. So the Tower Johnny's real name was John Harder. His ghost is seen almost every day standing on the observation deck. Racer Boy might have been buried in the Kings Island Cemetery. This is one of the most haunted places in America. I have been collecting stories from the park for several years from employees and guests. What just happened? I saw the girl with the blue dress on the Eiffel Tower a couple years ago and thought she was real. Creepy experience when I was still a kid. Riding Beast at night during Second Lift Hill, I looked to my right and saw glowing red eyes in the trees. Shake it off and then see a mist form where I saw the eyes. Never riding it again.
Yeah, that was because that was Mystic Timbers.
Mystic Timbers wasn't round.
No, but what's in the shed? So I got a quick question. So just because, well, yeah, we'll go back to this little question we've had before, but in a different way. Just because there's a cemetery, why is it haunted?
What?
Why is it haunted? Why are
Why
they?
is what haunted?
Why are cemeteries always haunted? Like, why do they have to be haunted? Like, what is the main reason about cemeteries? It's where they that's where they're laid to rest. You know, they didn't die there.
But it's the last place of peace for them.
I guess. I mean, it's cool. Another question. Why does it always have to be at night when you have to do paranormal investigations?
Witching hour.
Yeah, but why does it have to be dark
The
to make
eerie
it?
feeling.
Yeah, to get that eerie feeling, but a lot of the darkness
And
plays.
because there's too much going on in the daytime. If you're at a cemetery in the daytime doing an investigation, you got a family to the right mourning over the death of their mother or some shit.
Yeah, let me go. Let me.
Walking there with a camera, they're gonna look at you and go, "I wish this was you 6 feet in the ground."
Probably.
I mean, it's just I don't know.
Your mom just died. Let me investigate.
Yeah, let's see if we can talk to her. Yeah, I don't think that would go over well.
No, let's not do that. No, I just like it. It's always everything's always at night. But when you use a flashlight, I almost said fleshlight. When you use a flashlight, you pick up dust, aka orbs.
Now, if you think about it, okay, so you're in the daytime. Okay, say like an apparition comes out as a glowing white figure. If you're in the daytime, you're not going to see it as clear as if you was in a dark room.
Yeah, but that's
night.
because orbs are not real.
Nobody said anything about orbs. I said an apparition.
I said orbs.
Yeah, we don't talk about orbs. We've already said we don't believe in them.
No. Now, but if you take a camera shot with a flash and off at a distance, there's a man peeking around the corner. Then we got something.
Why would you need a flash on if it's daylight?
No, for like if you're doing it at night. Daylight, but if one place I do
wrong. I'm not opposed to doing, daytime investigations.
I want to do
Most
early
places don't let you.
early morning investigations, like start at 3 a.m. and go early. Like I want to go to a place where some of the Civil War was. I want to go to Gettysburg in Pennsylvania. It's about 7 hours away. I think it's 8. And a lot of their videos that I've seen of them driving through Gettysburg and some of the national parks and stuff, there's some weird stuff. There was this couple that was parked at the park or somewhere, and they hear little snare drums going really faint. You can hear it through the camera, and then they're playing like Yankee Doodle or something because that's what they played apparently. And then there's some people.
There was a reenactment happening around there.
Well, it's early in the morning.
Okay.
No, I don't think there's reenactments that early, but you can
Practice.
I don't think this. You just have to watch the video. Sometimes they have a few that are at night too. But there was this one where there's a cannon, and it was the middle of the night. These people investigating outside, and they saw an apparition walk around the cannon, walk on the road, walk back to the cannon, and just disappear. And it's honestly kind of weird. The pictures, you see some Civil War soldiers just standing there next to like either a tree or off in the woods and stuff where they were about to go into combat. Just stuff like that. That'd be cool to do historical places.
You
One,
think about it also, like if we were to do like an early morning investigation, why it would make sense when old people die when they were alive. When you think of old people, what time did old people get up?
around like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, they drank their coffee, they watched the news. So what if they're still in that paradox or in that time zone in their head, and they are more active at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning?
So that's a good idea. The mound here. There is a mound here in Dayton, which is an Indian burial ground. The park opens at like 7 in the morning. I think that would be fun to just go on top of the mound, set an EVP, and just start talking. That'd be cool. To just sit up there and just talk along the river through Dayton, the Great Miami River, the bike trail. There's people getting murdered there all the freaking time. I mean, they just found bodies. They constantly keep finding these bodies in this river that's literally right down the street from me. Here in Dayton, they found a car behind a baseball field that's been sitting there for a long time, and there were bodies in it. A woman just got murdered and sexually abused, and they just found her body laying on a bike trail. There was a dude right across from my job, a woman and a guy. This is a cool story. So the police came to our job and were showing us pictures of this lady. We all even said this is during first shift, and we have no idea who this lady is. So apparently this lady's going around and stealing people's packages, right? Well, they found her in a shed about 2 doors down from our job, sleeping in the shed next to a decomposing body that's been sitting there for like 6 weeks, baking in the sun. And we've smelt a lot of weird things. My job doesn't smell good, but we smelt just unsettling stuff for a while. As soon as you pull onto that street, it's like, whoa, it just smelled like roadkill. But it was that dude's decomposing body baking in the shed for like 6 fucking weeks. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening. This is why I have a lot of fear when it comes to people, because I just don't trust people. Shit. In Middletown, there was a dude that was hiding dead bodies cut up in a fucking barrel.
50, yeah, in barrels.
Yeah.
In metal barrels.
That's like Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
Yeah.
But the Easter Day massacre, dude fucking got mad on Easter Day. On Sunday, went downstairs and brutally murdered his whole entire family. Just murdered them on Easter. Brother, mom, daughter, everybody. Just fucking murdered them.
Ohio's not doing too good right now. We just had that one guy a couple months ago that
lined his kids up and shot him
in the front lawn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that wasn't too far from here.
No.
I think that was because of the fact that his wife was trying to leave him. I think. I didn't read into the story, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, he lined his kids up. He shot both of them, and then one got away. He hunted him down, killed him, and then I think he injured his wife, but didn't kill his wife. But he made his wife watch him murder his own kids. Yeah. The Kyle guy from Oklahoma, Chris Kyle, I think that's what his name was. I have to look it up. But it was in Oklahoma. He was cheating on his wife. He didn't want to leave the relationship that he was in. So instead of just calling it quits and filing a divorce, he murders his wife, 2 young daughters. One was like 2 years old. Shoves them in. Well, he kills his wife first. Strangles her on the bed. Wraps her up in a carpet. Shoves her in the back. Wakes up his 2 daughters. Brings them to like this oil silo place in the middle of nowhere. Chokes them. Kills one, kills the other, and then dumps their body in an oil silo. And got caught the next day. Because the neighbor's camera captured him shoving the body in the back of the truck at an odd time.
Yeah, there was a guy.
And she was pregnant.
In Trenton, while we was at work, he had went to his girlfriend's house, murdered his girlfriend and her mother, and when he was picked up, he said it's because they nagged too much. So he just had to end it.
Did you see that girl that murdered her mom? And then, so she murdered her mom, cut her fucking head off, and and changed her profile picture of her holding her mom's head.
Oh.
There was also that one dude on Facebook Live just popped an old man right in the head. Boom. Blasted him. I known this one kid. He was a strange little feller. He told me, and this is the last time I ever hung out with him. He told me that he always wanted to kill somebody. And I'm like, dude, that's a weird thing to want. To, like, you've always wanted to kill. That's just weird. But he said that, he's like, oh, no, dude, I won't ever get caught. I said, how won't you get caught? He said, what I would do is I would go to McDonald's. He'd get a bunch of burgers, put a bunch of rat poison and poison in the burgers, and give them to homeless people. I was like, yeah, man, that's cool. Like, that's not cool, dude. You're that's weird that you're thinking like that. You think it'd be cool to poison homeless people that need help. So I thought that was a strange thing, and honestly, I really never hung out with him again. Because that was always on my mind when I hung out with him a little bit afterwards. I'm like, yeah, I don't trust you. I really don't. There was this one gentleman. So I was fishing one early morning at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I just left Steve's house, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop by this little pond. That's a little park. So I parked my car. There was a gentleman underneath the shelter reading a newspaper, and I went in the middle of the pond because there was like this little island, and I was bass fishing. I was there for about an hour. Well, it's going on probably about 6 o'clock. Another car pulls in. Guy gets out of the car. I see him off at a distance, walk down to the pond, and just looks at it. Well, then I noticed that he's seen me. Well, then he started walking towards me. He started walking into the trail, which is in the woods. You know, I'm like, you know what? I'm not fucking with this. I ain't got a gun. I got a knife, and I will stab you if you try to hurt me. So I pull my knife out and I hit it. And as I'm walking down the trail, it's a little dark. And he's like, hey, man, did you catch anything? Older man, probably even bigger than I am. He's like, hey, man, did you catch anything? I'm like, no, man, I didn't catch anything. He's like, I got a spot over here that I can show you. No. Nope. No, sorry, man. He's like, come on, dude. It's a really good spot. I know I can catch fish all the time. I'm like, no. I said, I'm going to go back to my car. He said, all right, man. I'll remember that. And I'm like, okay. I'm leaving. So I literally walked as fast as I can, and I made sure that the dude with the newspaper heard me, and I was walking up, and I got in my car, threw my fishing pole in back, never fished there again. Not by myself. Not that early. Not doing that. I don't go to the river by myself, because at the spillway, one, it's really dangerous, and you fall in, you're gone. Yeah. So I just slowly stopped going to the river. I'm not about that. Because a motherfucker kills me, I'ma haunt you, and then you can do paranormal investigations on me. How about that? Who's here? Oh my god. He's spelling Mortus. This guy's a fucking legend. That's the Ouija board.
Yeah.
But to answer your question last night, if you were a demon, realistically, how would you be summoned? Are you hearing things? Look at him. Look at him. See? Ever since we started talking about this paranormal stuff, weird things have been happening to me.
I hear music.
Weird things. And like the other day when we were... Are you going to go investigate?
Give me a second.
Hey, get your camera. Get your phone camera. Get on Discord through your phone. Andrew! Andrew, don't leave. Don't leave. Damn it. I want him to... See, this is what I'm talking about. He should have went on his phone and took us with him. But he didn't. So anyways, yeah, so a lot of weird stuff has been happening. I was doing a podcast the other night with Andrew, and I heard my son's ball. And it's been sitting on the table all night. It should not have been moved. And then all of a sudden, it sounded like it rolled off the table and it bounced. And then I sat there for a second. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then another night, there was one night, I was sitting here talking to yours truly, Andrew. And all of a sudden, from my peripherals, I saw my laundry light turn on, turn off. So at first I thought it was the lightning outside, but my light in my laundry room is like a yellow dim light. And I was like, what in the heck? I mean, I'm getting kind of scared just talking about it. But then it just goes away. So I was like, what the fuck was that? There's these knocks that we've heard 2 times. 2 times. I really want to turn on my lights right now because I'm getting scared just talking about it because Andrew left me. But I'm going to talk about it anyways. So the first knock happened sometime last year after we got a blizzard. It was like -15. And all of a sudden, we heard on our door, right outside our bedroom. So me and my old lady, I looked at her, and she heard it too. And I was like, what the fuck was that? So I sat there for a second, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what that was. So she's like, Arthur, go look. I'm like, do I have to? Do I have to go look? So I got up. I grabbed something. I grabbed the knife. And I put my jacket on. I put my pants on. Put my shoes on. And it's like 12 o'clock in the morning. And I go outside. Well, I go outside my door. And I slowly lower my blind. And nobody's there on my porch. And I'm like, okay, so nobody's on my porch. Are you eating a donut? I wanted you to take us with you on your phone. That'd have been perfect.
I had to pee.
Oh, that was your. There was no music.
No, there was music.
Well, that's why I wanted you to take us with you. But anyways, so I was
The
telling.
only thing I found was a donut.
That's pretty spooky. I was telling them around Christmas time last year when we got that huge blizzard, and it was like -15. Kristen and I were laying in bed, 12 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that's eerie. But we're laying in bed, and we heard 3 faint knocks on the outside door, the side door. So we heard, and like we stopped talking, and it's like, because somebody was knocking and robbing people here. And so we sat there for a second, and she said, "Arthur, go check that out." And I'm like, "Man, I don't want to." So I put my shoes on, my pants, shirt, and a sweater, and I grabbed the knife. Actually, the one that you gave me, my zombie killer one, the zombie one.
Yeah.
Still have it. Grabbed it, and I went outside my bedroom, and I peeked through the blinds, just really very faintly to see if someone was there, and nobody was on my porch. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go on this door, and I'm gonna go around the house, and I'm gonna see if someone's there. But before I stepped in the snow, I made sure if there was like footprints. There weren't no footprints. There wasn't no animal prints. There wasn't nothing. It was freshly laid snow because it was snowing. And I'm like, looked around, and I'm like, okay. So I hung my camera up at my door, and it didn't happen. It stopped. It's okay. What a few months ago, I was at work. I was on seconds. I get a call from Kristen. Hey, that knocks back. But this time it was like at night. Dude, do you hear that? So my camera just went off. It just said, well, that just gave me cold chills. That gave me real big cold chills. It just said disconnected from network. It's never been disconnected, but I'm going to continue to talk about this. What the fuck? Dude, that scared the shit. I'm scared as fuck. I want to turn the light on so bad right now, but I'm not. But anyways, so she heard a knock again. Those 3 knocks. She said, "Arthur, you need to come home." I said, "I can't." I said, "Okay, well," came home, and it was summer, and there was nothing I could do. So I bought another camera, put it up in my window. Nothing. Last night, before I came home from work, she said, "Arthur, there's 3 knocks again at the door." She said, "I really wanted you to come home because it's just Kylo and I." I said, "I can't leave. And I'm on seconds again." And she said, "But this time it was louder." And I'm like, "Oh my God." And she said that she heard like scruffling outside the window. So she peeked out real quick. She opened the blinds as fast as she could. There was nothing. And I told her, I said, "What you need to do, you need to lock every window, lock every deadbolt, lock every extra lock that we have on our doors, and just don't look at the windows. Turn on every light now in the house. I'll turn them off when I get home, and I'll be home in the next 20 minutes." Well, I walked around, didn't see anything, no commotion or anything, but those 3 knocks were back. So I was like, what the fuck are these knocks? Every morning, every single fucking morning. And I made sure that it wasn't a tree. There's these knocks on the roof. Just, and it stops. And like 10, 15 minutes later, it does it again. And then it just stops. It doesn't happen throughout the day. I went outside and looked on my roof. There's no branches hitting the top of the little fans and stuff. There's no tree. There's a tree above it, but it's not even close. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? when I was living in the apartment, before I got this place, I was playing guitar one night, 3 o'clock in the morning, jamming the fuck out. Ding, 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 ding. And I had a mirror right next to me. So I'm playing, and then when I looked over to the left, I seen the mirror, and behind me was my kids' closet, which was open like halfway. Well, I decided to look, and when I looked from the top of the closet, it looked like someone came in, came out, just a fucking head. Like someone just peeked real quick, and it was just a solid shadow head. It was just like watching me the whole time. So I was like, I wasn't even scared. All right. So I was playing. I looked, went down, and I looked forward, took my guitar strap off, turned my guitar off, and slowly put the guitar down and walked straight the fuck out. Not a sound. I left the lights on. I left my amp on. I left everything. Done. I left it. So the next day, I didn't go in that room for like 2 days. So I had an extra phone, an old iPhone, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to delete everything off that, and I'm going to record all day. So I recorded for about 24 hours on it. Starting from probably, well, not 24 hours. I'd say probably like 4 hours. From 11 till probably about 4 in the morning, maybe. So about that. Anyways. So there was nothing. Nothing happened. So that's when it's like, what's going on? Because ever since I left that cemetery, dude, things have just been weird, more open. And I think that also has to do with the fact of, I think my mind's starting to open up into this stuff, where I'm starting not to be skeptic. But if we go on this investigation with the Ghost Sisters, and I see something, I'm gonna fucking tell you, dude. I'm tucking my tail, and I'm hauling ass. I would do my best to keep my cool and my fears down, and I'm going to need you to hold me back a little bit. Yeah, so I'm ready. If you guys don't know, we might have a possible real paranormal investigations with the lovely Ghost Sisters. Possible. I'm hoping if it's a thing that is 100% doing, it is going to be on October 14th. It's exactly 1 month away. Your boy Andrew B. Bolin and Mortus is gonna go out on their first ever real investigation. We don't have a lot, but we are doing what everybody else does, is starting from scratch and learning as we go. We don't know what we're getting ourselves into. We talk about it, but we haven't done it yet. So we don't really know what to do. We only know stuff from TV shows that we've seen or episodes on YouTube and stuff. We know of devices and things, but we're going to be dealing with people that do this daily, weekly, a lot. I'm not really scared. I'm honestly interested because I want to know if this stuff is real. You know, I'm spooky. I love Halloween. I love all this scary shit. And I want to believe that paranormal is real. And I want to believe that spirits are real. And I'm willing to know. I'm honestly really wanting to see something or hear something unexplainable. I'm just tired of being a skeptic. It scares me to think that they're real, and I think it's just the reality of it that makes me kind of worried. But I'm ready to open my mind for the devil. Chicken. Yeah, that was rough. No, I'm not. I actually did try to do that ritual today. The mirror. Open-minded. I've never felt better. I'm joking. I would never. I don't care if it's fake or real or not. I am not doing that. That's crazy. Circling my hand in salt water, cleansing myself.
Yeah.
No, I'm not summoning no demon lady. What do you think we're going to get out of this? Out of the 13th podcast, which is right fucking there.
What do I think? What kind of question is that?
What do you think we're going to get out of this when it comes to doing investigations? Not the aspect of the show, but as the actual investigation itself for the paranormal.
Answers, dude. I think we're going to learn a lot. And I think our perspective and the way we think of things is going to change a lot. Kind of like how money changes people. I think it's going to change us. I think we're going to be more aware of like our surroundings itself. And just sitting there thinking there could be somebody sitting in that recliner right there.
Somebody's watching me.
Yeah, and then you get that proven to you.
I'm ready.
I don't think you are.
I'm not. I'm scared. But I'm ready for this this adventure to see if this stuff is real. And then our next adventure, when we get done with this season, we're not going to forget about the paranormal. Andrew's favorite. Aliens.
That's not the season I'm thinking of right now.
That'd be the second season. We haven't really figured out how many episodes we're going to do for the first season, basically until we get proven wrong.
You know a season's coming up at the end of the month?
Fall.
Deer season.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
The Ohio Grassman.
Which is Bigfoot. That's our version of Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so we'll touch bases with those, and I'm super pumped because this season just started, guys.
I'll be in the woods
Huh?
quite a bit. I'll be in the woods quite a bit.
I'll tag along. I just won't hunt.
Be ready to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Shit, dude. You think I sleep? Where do you usually go?
Houston.
Houston Woods?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But yeah, we can you can hunt deer and I can hunt Bigfoot
There you go.
in a respectful manner. I don't know. Anyways, guys, so this is the 13th podcast. We have a lot of things going on right now when it comes to spooky season. Let's pray to baby Jesus that we are able to go to this investigation with the lovely ghost sisters. Next episode.
We might have stuff sooner.
Huh?
We honestly might have stuff sooner.
Yeah, we honestly might have stuff sooner. Definitely pictures of maybe cemeteries and other things that we want to try to do, photo shoots and all that other fun stuff. Can't wait. Other than that, we keep improving every single day. The last episode kind of stunk. The conspiracies were fun. I enjoyed talking about that, but I wanted to try something new where there was creepy Halloween music in the background, but for some reason my microphone was really low.
You didn't really pick the music up either.
No, well, I turned the music down so it can be like background music and stuff, but my microphone was just really low for some reason, so I added more gain to it, and hopefully it sounds a lot more better for you guys.
Yeah, we're still on a learning curve. We're not experts by any means.
Nope. I
but
am the best because I
bringing you
want people to
guys-
hate me.
We're bringing you guys with us on the journey to grow with us and see, the earlier shows and then see what we become.
Yep.
That's why we go unedited.
100%. Everything that we do is going to be unedited, and it's going to be straight raw footage. The episodes of what we're going to be doing for the investigations are going to be
live.
It should be live. Should be.
Yeah, we're going to try. We'll try. We don't know how to do it, but
if not, it's going to be hours of stuff cut down and on non-edited stuff, no filters.
Hell, we might not even cut it down.
Fuck it. It might be like 4 or 5 hours long.
Yep, you guys are just gonna watch it all.
So soak it in.
No, but yeah, you guys interact with us, comment on anything, give us criticism,
give us feedback. Feedback. We want it. We need it. We
share
love
us
it.
out.
Share us out on all major platforms, guys. We're doing
guys in Ohio, trying to make it in the spooky world of the podcast and paranormal investigations,
hit us up.
alien hunts eventually. If you guys have any input, any experiences,
Let's talk about it.
let's talk about it. And if you have your own haunted house or
Experience.
a place that you think is haunted and you can get us into, let us know.
Yeah, we'll get you in your podcast. We'll get you in our we'll get you on the 13th podcast, everybody.
Yeah, we can get you on here.
And if you guys want to talk to us and you're listening to this full episode, if you want to talk to us and you have an experience or an alien experience or anything the unknown that just kind of weirds you out, message us on Facebook, Instagram, or email us at the 13th podcast show@gmail.com.
Yep.
And we are pretty quick with our response.
Oh yeah, we're always watching. You'll have a response within
just
hours.
like how they're always watching us. Anyways, guys, so yep. I think that's a wrap for the lovely episode of the 13th podcast. You guys stay spooky, stay classy, and don't forget, guys, that it's not fun if it's not scary.
Have a good one.
We found parts of the bodies all over the house, in places you wouldn't think. The funny thing is the heads have never been found. Hands and feet and things like that. But no heads.